Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the CMMI. Okay. And the whole idea about CMMI, it was developed by Carnegie Mellon. It's a maturity model, and which we already talked about. I'll leave the CIS part of it. This is a cybersecurity, internet security controls. It's a different topic entirely, but let's focus on the CMMI side of it. These are the maturity model we talked about earlier on. I said we have 5 different model. Level 1 is chaotic. Level 2 is managed within project-based specific actions, right? Level 3 is at the enterprise or organizational level, meaning this is what we expect you at the minimum to be doing, right? Baseline. This is standard. You should do the right thing, right? Level 4, now we're getting into data driven. We are talking about there is data to back it that, okay, this is predictable, it's quantifiable now. Level 5, we're talking about, and remember again, the key for me when you do maturity is you have to think like a lawyer. Can you defend this? I'm very conservative when it comes to maturity model for me personally. Now, I'm not saying you should do the same thing. I am because I want to be able to defend you anywhere. If you give me additional evidence, I would be so quick to change my assessment and, because I have more data to back it up. If you don't have enough data to back it up, be conservative. That's my recommendation. And the reason is simple. Nothing is more painful. You rank your team high, then they bring external folks to come and do assessment, then they rank them low. So it makes everybody looks bad, right? So it's better we just I'd rather be the bad cop. Let me make sure you guys are, hey, this is bad. They let them go figure stuff out. Then if external guys or ladies come and they said it's fine, okay, a win is a win. We'll take it. But this is the way I kind of think about it. So be depend on the response, make that call to say, can I defend it? Can I represent this decision? If the answer is yes, then go for it. Okay. Level 1 in general is a chaotic environment. They have informal practice. Everything is reactive in nature. Everything is unpredictable. No formal best practices. It's just chaos, right? Um, Level 2, it has project level discipline. That simply means I could have multiple departments. Maybe one department is very disciplined when they are working on project, but at the enterprise or the business level, they don't have a structured approach. So in that case, you know that okay, this department is very good at they understand what they're doing, but at the outside of this department, it's really bad. You will know based on the response, right? Level 3, it's an enterprise standard, meaning within the organization, this is what it's consistent. We have policies built, the security controls are part of our day-to-day operation. There's comprehensive training, just the bare minimum of what you should be doing right. Okay, that's the way I look at level 3 in general. Level 4, we are getting into we can measure with data. It's quantifiable. Whatever the decisioning is, you can tie it to data to say, okay, this has been done, the data supports it, and we are good. And you can monitor it. There's continuous monitoring in the process in general. And you can see an example here. Okay, we have patch success rate 98%, SIM analytics is 24/7. Our key performance indicator, we have, there's data, there's numbers to back what you're doing at that point in time. Level 5, this is one area that, of course, I know what you guys will ask me later when you guys get into the assessment mode. You ask me that, well, at what point should we give people 5 or they never get 5, blah, blah, blah. My comment is always, occasionally it's okay to give a 5, especially when you know certain part of the process they're doing it very well. But honest truth is that it's not going to be very frequent. It will be once in a while, one off that you say, okay, this particular process is very well done. There's data to back it. All the activities they are doing is really spot on. In this case, for example, imagine they have a system that there's an AI machine learning gathering real-time information, and every day you are getting alerts to give you status of that particular security control. So you know that this is not even just, it's not just a one-off thing. It's a continuous monitoring thing. The data is backing it. You're getting alerts every day. You would know that it's a loop of continuous monitoring at that point before you get to five. So if that's what you're doing, okay, then five makes sense. If that's not what you're doing, then can I defend it? So that's where I look at it, right? Most of the time. Okay. So that's really the gist of, so when you start thinking of, you know, um, I'm giving somebody one, two, three, four, five. Those are the thought process, the way people kind of think about it in general. Okay. There's no right or wrong answer. And so always remember that. Okay. As long as you can defend it. Let's go to the C2M2. So that was for CMMI. Okay. Now let's go to CTM2. For C2M2, the difference is that you will notice in C2M2, they use something called MIL0, MIL3, and you see what each one of those really stand for in general, okay? In general, you can see it's cybersecurity capability maturity model. It's really designed for continuous improvement process so that organization can really measure where they stand in general. So meal zero would be there's some form of awareness and preparedness. Meal one, there's some level of practice and integration. Meal two, it's well managed and measured. Then meal three, it's optimized and adaptable. Don't overthink it. All I'm saying is, it's like your CMMI. It's just that they use meal zero, they use zero, one, two, three for their own. That's all. For CMMI, they use one, two, three, four, five. In my organization some years back, we used four. Also, we created our own four instead of five. We just called it four, and we kind of map it to say it's a proprietary maturity model. To be honest, they are similar to me, but anyway, you have to sell it. So proprietary maturity model, it's really nice. It's mapped to multiple blah blah blah. Just to me, it's sales really. So you can market it. That's the way I look at it. All right, let's see what each one of these is. You can see zero, awareness and preparedness. One, practice and integration. Two, manage and measured. Three, optimize and adaptable. It's the same thing as one to five we did before. It's just that this one is four. So we have to just figure out how it fits in. Let's see one as an example. They have basic awareness. They have basic policies in place. They have a plan in place for incident response, but the plan is never tested. They have limited security control. So you know that this meal zero is horrible, really, without even wasting your time, right? So they have baseline. They just have something. Okay. Now for two, so you can see here existing without execution. So plans are written, but they are not tested. That's the old gist. Meal one, they have user trainings, they have security tools in place, they have data securities in place, including encryption. They've done network segmentation. It's defined by the active deployment of defensive technology and segmented architecture. So this will be like in CMMI, it will be like number three. Baseline, they're doing the right thing. Baseline. That's what it is in this case. For meal two, you will notice in this one, it's measurable. So this will be like equivalent of number four in CMMI. That's the way I look at it. You can see here they have pen testing done. They are monitoring their network. There's a plan, it's defined, it's tested, there's clear defined roles. So you know that they're doing the right thing here for sure in meal two. In meal three will be equivalent of five in the CMMI. Again, remember again, don't stress the maturity model used. We can create our own. We can choose and say our own will be three. One is horrible, two is measured, three is not just measured, it's fully optimized, it's automated. They are using AI to track in real time. We can say our own is three. Does that make sense? Don't care about maturity model, it's what you define, right? We can create a model for anything, okay? I'm just giving you the reason we don't want to create a model when you do assessment is You don't want people to challenge your reasoning of your model. That's why it's smart to use industry recognized model so that nobody will challenge it. Okay. But honest truth is that we can create our own and say, well, we just want to use three. One is horrible, two is baseline, they do the right thing, normal what they should be doing. Then three is quantifiable, we can measure it, and it's also um, in real time monitored. That's it. We can choose to do that, but we're not going to do that because it's smart for big organizations. If you're a McKinsey, Capgemini, Deloitte, Ernst& Young, the big names with their reputation, they can sneak in and use that to pitch for more business, right? Because they have the industry name. But for someone that is doing assessments, you don't want to do that, right? Because somebody would challenge it, and you just don't have time for that. So you're better off to just use the ones that are industry recognized already, just sneak in under it and use it. Simple. Okay. All right, but that's the gist of it. Okay. And don't stress all this. You can see here also a comparative snapshot. Look at it here. Just an example. So if it's for technology, somebody is using basic antivirus, Mail 1, firewall and IDS. Mail 3, they're doing log monitoring. Mail 4 is automated and there's threat intelligence. So you can see here, process, they just use paper, you know. 2, there's encryption and segmentation. 3, Mail 2, they have incident response plan and metrics. Then 4, there's continuous improvement. So you can see, for people, there's awareness only here. Mail 1, there's training and activity going on. Mail 3, there are roles defined for each one of those training programs. Then meal three will be a very adaptive and robust mindset in general. And I'll send this to us in the portal also. But really, that's really the gist of it. I know I've talked about it before I showed you the slide, but I just wanted to also show you the slide. But that's really what it is. It's a maturity model. It will all tie together once we start the assessment in a bit. And let me give you a sneak peek, okay? A sneak peek of all this big talk we are talking now, just to give you a sneak peek so that you understand why I had to bring it up. So let me show you. For example, when we start our assessment in a bit, right? We've not started yet, okay? And we'll do some together. So for example, if you notice here, when you do your assessment, we ask the different stakeholders questions and they give us response. Based on their response, you're going to score them. You see here, I said CMMI score. So their response will determine what to score them. It's subjective. We argue and debate, but don't make it a big deal. Based on the response, you score. You might say, well, this response does not merit 5. Change it to another one. I can come here and say, you know what? I change it to 3. So let's go to another question. Somebody, I asked them, um, how effective are stakeholders' need regarding cybersecurity understood and met? They said stakeholders' needs are generally understood. However, communication gaps sometimes occur. Okay, so based on that, I can decide and say, there's communication gap. I'll score it 2, right? The key is reasonableness. Can you defend it, right? So then after that, if you look at this function, as we make changes, every one of these change, then the category here too, it will be changing in real time. But anyway, but you can see why I'm pushing us to play with this maturity score, right? Now, sometimes also, I'll show you another one that has C2M2 so you can appreciate it. Let me change it to another one with C2M2. The first one was CMMI, right? But let me show you another one with C2M2 so you can have a feel of both of them. Let me show you. Okay. So like in this one now, the question was, how does the organization define and manage supply chain risk? Are the policies aligned with regulations? They said, you can see business response. Supply chain risks are defined in our policy, updated annually, and somewhat aligned with current regulation. Okay, if I'm to score it, to me, it's like baseline. They're doing what they are supposed to do. So I'll probably go with Mail 1, for example, right? You can see here, this one is C2M2. So you have best of both worlds, really. So now you can say there's the C2M2, there is the Mail, sorry, there's C2M2 and CMMI. You can use any one of them. And if there's a proprietary maturity model used, that's okay. Just read the guide on what each of the score stand for. then you can now use your judgment to score it based on what they have. But I think most people would likely use a well-known one versus developing their own, except it's the big consulting firms out there. Okay. All right. So I think we get it. So you guys will not be lost when we get to that. Okay. Good question. Okay. Somebody said, what is the difference between both of them? In my opinion, it's just a maturity model. There's no difference in terms of it's a scorecard. You can use anyone, it doesn't matter. You can even develop your own. The main thing is that understand what each one of the components stand for. What is meal zero example? What is meal one example? What is meal two example? What is meal three example? The same thing for, let's pause. Remember, we started with saying pain level on a scale of 1 to 5. One is no pain, two, pain, three, severe. Whatever your pain level, the way you map it, right? In cyber also, we can map an environment based on how good it is. That's all. You can use any tool to map it. So don't get caught up with, oh, what is this C2M2? What is CMMI? No, I'm just giving you an example of what people use. They can use anyone, doesn't matter really. Any organization can use anyone they feel comfortable with. As long as you speak to the leadership before you use it, then that's not a big deal. Okay, let's go again. Um, don't get carried away with what they call MILO0. It doesn't matter. It's just the way they call it. It's a maturity indicator. That's what it means. But look at it from an angle of it's a scale. C2M2 has 4. CMMI has 5. That's all. One has 4. The other one has 5. That's all. You know? So the one we use mostly in our program is CMMI. And it's just a scoring method. But when we get to it now, you understand. So don't stress it. When we do example, you can use either. Absolutely. As long as you ask, um, before you kick off the assessment, you tell the leadership the one you are using. That you can use it that one, it doesn't matter. As long as your manager is fine with the one you are using. Doesn't matter. So one that is there's no one that is a preferred one, as long as you just decide, speak to the leadership and say, we're using this for the maturity model. Are you comfortable with it? They'll say, okay, sure. 90% of the time they would agree with you, except they have one they've used before and they would rather have you use it. I don't care what you give me to use, I'll use it. If you tell me it's a score of 1 to 3, when we start working, you understand it's not a big deal. If you tell me 1 to 3, that one is horrible, two is baseline, meaning they're doing what they should be doing. Three is they are going above and beyond. Okay. Then based on your response, I will know where to classify you. Yeah. You can use it, okay? Got it. Are we good, Maria? Blessing. What about you? Blessing. Blessing Greenton.